Greetings guys and welcome back. My name's Elio and I hope you guys are doing well. In today's account review we have Isekai Main's account, and without further ado boys, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so Isekai, you have requested a list actually. It's just 4 simple things that you want me to take a look at mainly, and I will do my best to fulfill your order and your desires. But first off, I want to go ahead and check out your mon box because you're level 52, and by level 50, by level 45ish, I hope people have start to gather a better understanding of how to gem a mon and what ways to build them if you're using them for certain content, even if that's only golems at the time of your level of being 45 or lower 50s. And as you obviously increase your mons and level and play more, you should be expanding your territory out. But anyways, your gems are perfectly fine. I didn't see anything that is a big trap for players like Water Persephone or Light Nike and stuff of that nature. So overall, you know, kudos to you, man. Your gems are looking good. So let's go ahead and take care of request number 1, which was hopefully helping you out with a Golems B11 team. So let's head over there now. Alright, so this looks like this is maybe your current Golems B11 team. That's perfectly fine. It's nothing too bad. Dark Purse probably is getting whooped on. She probably shouldn't die, but she's probably getting whooped on. But she's a very strong wave clear, especially here with her Predator and I believe her morale boost. But let's see what else we can work with here. Fire Sig is good, but of course he's Fire Elemental, and I know he has Elemental Edge, but damage wise I feel like you could maybe get a little bit more out of someone like a fully booked Dark Mona, just because she has the Elemental advantage. And then for your 2 Sappers, because I've referenced this a few times already, but Odinson has a better time than me and B11 currently because he has 2 wave clearers, which is 2 fire Drakas and then 2 sappers. But let's see if we can replace your Yuki with someone else. It looks like at the moment that's not really possible. You do have a Water Miho who's at level 50. I mean, you can book her up, but I think the only honest difference between stats of Water Miho and then Water Yuki is a little bit more tankier than Water Miho, because Water Miho is a balance type and she's a Nat 3, while Water Yuki is a Nat 4 and she's the tank type. But their damage output is pretty much the same, so there's not going to be much change there. I was trying to see if you had another Wet Artemis, because if you had another Wet Artemis, that would be absolutely splendid. But until you get another Wet Artemis, I mean, use what you have and then eventually replace her with Fire Persephone or another Wet Artemis if possible. But right now I don't have any big suggestions because you are running 2 sappers and 2 wave clearers. I would test to see if Dark Mona is actually more efficient with Golems B11 than Fire Siegfried, because Fire Siegfried may just have better gems than your Dark Mona. And I mean, with the super evolution of Dark Mona coming out, it'll definitely help boost up her DPS. But her and your Dark Purse shouldn't have any problems clearing out waves. Do you have a fire? No, there's no Evo 3 Fire Draka either, because if not, I was going to say drop Dark Mona, drop Fire Siegfried, just bring in Evo 3 Fire Draka and Dark Purse, and congratulations, those waves are done. But you could try picking up Dark Pip and running more of a Dark comp and keep Wet Artemis in there, but the problem with Dark Pip is there's no double sap. If Dark Pip's 5-star sap does not stick, then congratulations, you have no 5-star. And yes, Dark Pip can get its 5-star off fairly quickly, especially with Battle Rush. But the issue is that if it doesn't stick, it's just wasted, which is bad news bears. I didn't see a Dark Flora either. I could be wrong, but I didn't see a Dark Flora, so I would recommend her as well. Just, you know, just have the elemental advantage here, especially since you're running with a whole bunch of dark types. But at the moment, there's nothing else I could really suggest, because sap seems to be a big key in here. I'm not sure if others have went a full nuke build and see how it went, because I feel like I've tried that, but I feel like I just got slightly higher times than what I was working with before. You do have a Hohenheim as well, which you could also do what I've been doing, and it's been working perfectly fine for me. Now, I'm not saying my time is the best, but it's been pretty stable. Is basically you could use Dark Purse if she's surviving the waves enough, and just run your Water Yuki, Water Artemis, and then your Wood Hohenheim if you plan to use your Wood Hohenheim at all, because with the resistance down, hopefully she'll target the golem at the end and get you some more DPS out of there. But if not, if you don't want to run 3 sappers and a wave clearer, 2 wave clearers like you had before and 2 sappers until you get something better is always a great choice. Once again, Dark Flora is a great replacement for your Water Yuki. Water Yuki's not really worth the super evolution unless you just adore her. And of course, just pray to the gods that you can pull a Wet Artemis or a Fire Purse in the future. But let's go ahead and move on to your second request, which was the dragons. Alright, so we're over here in Dragons B6, which was the first level that you recommended help on. Now, it's fairly easy. I mean, you could just bring in nukers. That's pretty much like the job that you got to do in here in Dragons. Just bring nukers if you can and just out DPS whatever you can and just call it quits. But obviously this dragon right here is a water dragon. You can keep Purse there. Thor is a very fragile boy even at level 60, so you're running him in here at 50. I got to give you kudos because that's a lot of guts there. But let's see if there's another mon that can do defense down. Like Banshee could do defense down, but I would love a mon to have its 3-star skill to be defense down instead. So let's see if there's anything else we can work with here. You could bring Shelly in here, but Shelly again is only level 50. So I would recommend one mon that could do defense down. You can keep Dark Purse in there, and then I try to run with the elemental advantage whenever possible, just to squeeze a little bit more DPS out of harming the dragon. And then not only that, but the also annoying enemies. So Wood Banshee works perfectly fine here, but I don't see any strong wood attackers in your group at the moment. And everyone, there's a lot of 50s in here, bro. I mean, you're only level 57, but still. You could slide in your Wood Anu, and you could also slide in your Wood Jean or Jean, whatever the heck you want to call her, and that should be a solid one. Obviously they need to be gemmed up fairly well, but if your DPS is good enough, you should basically be able to wipe out the waves without them doing too much harm to you. Now if it comes to a point where they're just doing too much damage to you, what does Tiger have? Okay, it's Predator and Stun. If they're doing too much damage to you right from the get-go, you could always just drop Wood Banshee at the moment, and then, or you could drop Dark Purse as a wave clearer, and then bring in someone that can CC, which I did see Ursura right here. So you could bring in CC to basically use Stun on the Nat 5 that always pops up in the first wave. That way your other DPS won't get cleared out before you go on to the second wave, and then just repeat the AoEs of just knocking those out and taking care of those mons until you get to the dragon, which was where defense down would be very useful at. But you got to just make sure to level 60. Trinkets if available, enhancements if available, and booked up if available. And their gems don't need to be perfect, but they need to be acceptable at the very minimum, and you shouldn't have any problems with B6. Now I don't remember the other dragon elements because I'm a filthy casual, so we're just gonna act like this is Dragons B7, and we'll say that Dragons B7 is rocking wood mons. So we're gonna go ahead and take these out right here. Of course we gotta slide in Fire Siegfried because of the wave clearing. We can go ahead and slide in Fire Dracket as well, and this is the wood version of the dragon. Remember, we're acting like this is the wood version. You could also bring in your Fire Wildfang if you want. Just get her to level 60 just to help her with stability in terms of damage. And then once again, I'm looking for a mon that can do defense down, which you do have Dark Thor. People aren't a big fan of Dark Thor, but he does get the job done, but he would need to be level 60. And it's honestly just the same thing. You're going to apply defense down on that Nat 5 in the middle. You're going to try and burst that Nat 5 down, hopefully within a turn or maybe 2 turns max, so your DPS doesn't get just destroyed for the next wave. And then you're off to the dragon. Once again, apply defense down to the dragon. Try and nuke it within 2 turns, and you're pretty much solid. I mean, that's literally it. That's literally it. So try and get Wildfang. If you choose to use Wildfang, get her to level 60. If you had a Fire Leo, that would be even better. Basically, just a mon with Hunter is way better than just no mon with Hunter at all. You could also just not even bother with Wildfang and keep your Purse in there. Or you could swap Purse out with another hard-hitting mon like your Dark Mona, but obviously Purse is going to hit harder than Dark Mona. Or well, she should. But this is my example for B7. Let's go ahead and move on to, let's call it B8, where we have the water done and we have the wood done. We're gonna act like this is the fire one. So once again, we had a team set up before. what is... Okay, Water Leo's not rocking something that I want. But you could bring in Mona there. She's perfectly fine. I mean, might be a little bit flimsy there at B8, but you could use her with some good luck. We're going to bring Sura in there for some CC action. Once again, bring another Mon that can do defense down. And then also, you can keep Dark Person there if you want, as another wave clearer and just an overall damage doer. And once again, just another Mon that can do defense down. That way you have Mons that can do defense down. Well, you have a Mon that can apply a debuff to shred defense. You have 2 nuker-ish Mons, and then you have a crowd control Mon to hopefully prevent whoever is at the beginning of the stage from killing your frail DPS. But that's pretty much the plan right there. I mean, this is a rinse and repeat type effort thing. You don't have the other ones unlocked, or I would just go to them, so I'm just acting like they're something that they're not. But yeah, it's pretty much how it's done. And once again, the same thing for light and dark, but I'm very, very lazy, and I just, you know, you guys know the story. You guys know the story already. But for these Mons, you could always run like Dark Shadow in there. You could run Dark Purse, Fire Draka, and then preferably Dark Thor. If you have a better Mon that could do defense down, that's always great. But if you have Dark Thor, get him to level 60 and just use him as a Mon that can do defense down for the first wave. Hopefully the rest of the gang gets their SP up, and then it's congratulations, you have beaten dragons. If Fire Draka's not doing the job though, feel free to switch out your Evo 2 Fire Draka with a Fire Sig instead, and you should be pretty much set. Now, I know I might have simplified things, but it's really not that complicated. You just want a defense down Mon, preferably, or a Mon that can do CC depending on your team. Then a whole bunch of nukers. If nukers are dying, even with defense down and some crowd control, aka stun or shock, then bring in, supplement one of those Mons with a healer, and you should be good to go, preferably like a Cupid or a Mon that can do a shield. And that's pretty much Dragon Boys. There's nothing really, you know, crazy about it. But let's go ahead and move on to your third request though, which was Colossus. So I'm going to go over here to your Mon box before we get to that part. Alright, so we're at your Mon box, and because I'm a filthy casual, you already know what I'm going to recommend. So I find that like light and dark Colossus, at least for me, are obviously the easiest out of the bunch. Wood may be the easiest out of the bunch for a lot of other people, but you don't need help with wood. I'm already going to tell you straight up, I have no advice for water Colossus because I don't do water Colossus. Even though I know there's a way with Fire Draka to do it, I just don't do it because, like, Light Colossus literally takes me 16 seconds, so I'll just spend 100 gems and be done with Colossus in like literally a minute for 4 runs if I forget. But anyways, for Light Colossus, my thoughts on your team is, let's see, Indra's at max crit, which is great, so you could always run someone that can boost up the damage of your Dark Mons. You don't have a Dark Mowgli here? No Dark Mowgli. So what actually you do? You don't, I mean, you don't have to have her, but she's always great. But you have Dark Mona instead. But for Light Colossus, you could run like Dark Mona. You could bring in your Dark Purse, Fire Indra, and Dark Sea Star. Or you could bring in Dark Shadow. It doesn't, well, Shadow in general. So you could run Mona, Purse, Indra, and Sea Star. Or just Mona, Purse, Indra, and then also Shadow. That should be a perfectly fine duo. Well, not a duo, but a, you know, a gang for you. I don't see any of your Mons having exposed weakness though, like Dark Bulby. Dark Bulby is very, very phenomenal to have here too. So if you want, you could bring in Light Kiki and just run Dark Mona, Purse, Light Kiki, and then your Dark Indra, and see how that does with you in terms of damage. And you should be pretty much good to go. Like, it takes me like a turn if RNG is nice to me. If not, it takes 2 turns and he's dead. So congratulations, dude. Light Colossus is over for you. I know it was very hard, but yeah, with the power of Dark Indra, especially at Evo 3 in the future, and some decent trinkets, Light Colossus is a joke. But moving on to Dark Colossus, let's see what we can work with in terms of your team here. No real light nukers at all, and by light nukers I mean literally like Fire Siegfried. You do have a Fire Wild Fang who you could raise up. That could work. And then, I mean, not Fire Merlin, but Light Merlin has Shock, but he's a balance type. So what you could do here is just essentially like a switcheroo, where you just run your dark types in there again and fight the, you know, the Dark Colossus. And hopefully Light Kiki can survive a turn or 2, just to get her exposed weakness off, and then just run Indra in there again, and that should be it. I know I might be simplifying it, but I'm trying not to. But yeah, even though I run like Light Fennec and Light Siegfried for my comp, and it's not that hard at all. And with you having the elemental disadvantage there, your Darkmon shouldn't be dying anyways. So once again, just run Dark Mona, Light Kiki, get her to 60 if needed, because I don't see a Dark Bulby, or you could even use like your Wood Yuki, which I believe you have. So Dark Mona, Wood Yuki, Light Kiki, whatever, Purse, and then Indra again, and just DPS your way through it. For the second team, you could always run Dark Sea Star, Dark Seedler, Dark Thor, and then maybe Dark Mowgli. Like Dark Mowgli on the low is like an actual great bond. Like, not even kidding. Dark Mowgli is where it's at. Alpaca not gonna really do the job. Light Lat not gonna really do the job. Yeah, there's really not any light mines that are gonna do any insane amount of damage. So I would just run your Dark comp again for Dark Colossus until hopefully you can get a Light Siegfried one day, and then you're off to the races, my boy. Off to the races. We're skipping Water Colossus. I do believe Odin's Son has a guide on Water Colossus because, like I said before, I don't do it. I don't. There's no need at all. But moving on, though, we can take a look at Fire Colossus for you. Fire Colossus is fairly simple as well. I did see some Sea Strikers in your team, so I can already tell you right off the bat, you could run Fire Colossus with your Water Hades, your Water Balrona. Do we have any other Sea Strikers in chat, boys? Doesn't look like it. Water Hades, Water Balrona. You could bring in Water Bast for Weaken, and then Water Mowgli if you want. I mean, yeah. So Water Hades, Water Hades, Water Balrona, Water Bast, and either Water Siegfried, or you could bring in Water Mowgli, and that's pretty much it. You have Hades applying the defense down. Balrona is going to do the DPS. You could even slide in Dark Indra here. I forgot that you had Dark Indra, dude. So Water Hades, Water Bast, Water Siegfried, Dark Indra. Congratulations, it's over. It's over, boys. You have beaten freaking Fire Colossus. If that fails somehow, which I hope it doesn't, you can always run a second team with your Water Sandwraith, maybe Water Purse, and then Water Mowgli. And if you can one day get her built up, which she should be coming back around soon, get her to EVO 3 with your Water Harley as a second squad. And yeah, Fire Colossus is down, dude. So you already have three Titans, not three Titans. You already have 3 Colossus down in the bag just like that. So the only one is left is Wood, and you have no problems with Wood. So that's my advice for the Colossi if you wish to do them, which you have the mons capable of doing at least, I would say, 4 out of 5. So yeah, that pretty much answers your question in terms of Colossus. So let's move on to the last part of your question, which was improvement for your current PvP defense. Let's slide over here to PvP and check them out real quick. Alright, so this is your PvP defense here. You're running a Light Miho lead, and then your Water Leo, Dark Sea Star, Water Purse, and then a Hidden Water Arthur. There's a lot of water mines in here, but it's a bit saturated, man. A bit saturated. It's like you're just asking for wood attackers. And I think Light Miho, Dark Sea Star especially, is super evolved. It's perfectly fine to have in your team. I'm not a PvP expert. I never claimed to be. My boys, you know that. And then Water Purse, of course, of heals. I'm not sure how well your Water Leo performs, because normally I do run more like a Water Shiva instead of Water Leo. But if he's doing the job, then I have no complaints there. But what I would honestly do is basically try and get in another element here. Like Light Miho is going to be taking all the damage herself, and I noticed that you have a Fire Nike. So with that, I would probably drop Leo and get super evolved Fire Nike. Of course, get her booked up if you can, and of course max resist, trinkets, enhancements, and all that, because I find that Light Miho and Fire Nike together is just a I want to cuss duo. Now, I'm sure people have ways to get around defense teams, just because obviously if there is no beatable defense, you know, there would be no beatable defense. Everyone would be running the exact same defense. But I personally find the duo of two Fearless Taunters, I believe, just garbage. It just makes me want to cuss, especially because I play it on auto. Dark Seastar, she can stay there, but not necessary. I feel like, at least in the special seasons, she might be a little bit more capable as a hidden mon, or if you had a mon that is able to do shock or something of that nature, that could be even more annoying. And you do have Silver, but he's not at Evo 3, so it's, you know, it's not the best thing in the world here. But you could keep Purse, and actually, if you have Dark Purse, why not just keep Dark Purse as hidden? Just a way to punish people. In terms of other suggestions, you do have a Shadow that you could keep hidden as well, so he could come out and do attack up. But I feel like Dark Purse is even more of an F word when it comes out and you don't expect her to come out. And in terms of another element here, once again, you could leave Water Shiva. Well, you could drop a Water Shiva in here if you had it. But if not, I think Dark Seastar is fine. Once again, I'm not a PvP expert. I just see what a lot of others use and try and base my team off that. But I mean, there's probably something that I miss. So to you guys lurking in the video and just checking this out, if there's a mon that I missed, feel free to leave it below about a better defense team for Isaac main, because you know your boy's a casual, 100% casual, man. Light Nike's played out. I mean, Silver would be nice, especially at Evo 3. Dark Loki is Dark Loki. I mean, there's really not much to choose from, honestly. That would be more optimal for you at the moment. But I would definitely keep Dark Purse as your Triumph card in the time of special season. And then, you know, you can keep her like that if you want. Just trade her out with someone else instead, like maybe Seastar, and have your Seastars hidden on non-special seasons. But yeah, it's pretty much just try and run with as tanky as possible mons, and hopefully keep the heals up and run max resist, and just basically you want to outlast the other team or just make them want to quit. But yep, that's pretty much my advice for this video. I definitely hope it covered as much of the things that I could cover with my limited knowledge. Once again, boys, if you have better knowledge or a better insight into what he could do better in terms of his account review, feel free to leave a comment below. But once again, Isaac main, I thank you for your patience, especially with your account review, and I hope my advice helps you at least into some degree or some fashion. If you have any other questions, you know where I'm at. If not, I do implore you to go ahead and join the Discord if you haven't already. If you're in Odinson's Discord, then grats. But if you're not in Odinson's Discord, go ahead and drop that man another sub, man, and make sure you join his Discord as well, because he can give you great advice in terms of things of that nature as well. But until next time, boys, I'll see you later, and you guys have a good one. Peace out.